This is the new all-collab album from the band Health, who are known for their sleuthy brand of industrial rock and dark electronica. The band originally started out with an ear-piercing noise rock sound, but progressively got more and more into the electronic side of things, which for me has kind of resulted in a love-hate relationship with some of their musical leanings. I think production-wise they're great, but there is a massive trade-off due to the incredibly sapless vocals that they deploy on their tracks, and I think it has stunted the progression of their overall sound, especially since most of their tracks sound like one vocal track that is copy and pasted onto others, and it still presents itself as an issue on the opening track of this album, Cyberpunk 2020. I like the voyaging futuristic backdrop, but the vocals barely add anything of substance to the mix, and it is also stretched way too long at 5 minutes. So I know by now it seems like I have a grudge against the band's vocals, and that's because I do, but all the collaborators on this album for most of the track list are able to help alleviate that element for me. I have already heard most of the Motley collaborative tracks on this album, and that's because they have been out for quite some time, upwards of like 2 years even. Like the track Mass Grave with singer-songwriter Soccor Mommy, which I like. Body Slash Prison with Dark Synth Extraordinary Perturbator, which has this hellish aura about it that I like. Innocence with Youth Code is a fiery dark synth punk rager. The unapologetic banger Hate You with Jpegmafia, who absolutely kills it on his verse. Judgment Night with Ghostman is a more horrorcore expedition with some wicked vocal delivery and a nerve-inducing back half with the petrified screaming. Full of Health, where the band teams up with the popular grindcore act Full of Hell, make a punishing track together. Delicious Ape with Xiu Xiu has Jamie Stewart providing his urgent and strained vocals amidst the more cinematic sound direction. And the closer, Hard to Be a God with No Life, has an abyssal atmosphere with black hole drums and the dirge-like background. So I just listed like 8 tracks that have been out as singles for quite a while, so the only surprises for me personally were the 4 tracks that were unreleased, including the opener. The track Power Fantasy with 100 Gecs is a pretty hand-in-hand collaboration. Neither musical entities let their core sounds overshadow one another, but rather work in a fashion where you can pick them out individually. Health provides the cardinally echoing backdrop, while Dylan and Laura provide the sugary overloaded synths and percussion patterns and samples that you would come to expect from them. The track Colors with Soft Moon is a weird one because both entities share that nightly aesthetic in their material, so the end result of them teaming up just sounds like a typical Health song. Not really sure what this merger did to highlight one another. And DF Looks with producer Brothel was an instrumental track featuring the incorporations of like hip-hop drum machines and patterns with hi-hats and snares and the like. Really didn't come to enjoy this one all that much either. So overall, I think this is a good outing for the band. Like I said, I do have some reservations about their individual sound, but a lot of these tracks work surprisingly well considering the ambitious features they go for. Not to mention, a collab album of this scale with such a wide reach of artists and such different realms of music is sure to draw a good amount of listeners. Especially if you have not heard any of these singles off of this album, I think you'll be in for a nice surprise. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know down below, and I will catch you in the next video. Give it a...